Alright, so this is the unboxing. I haven't seen anything online about how this looks in the box, how the parts actually look. Like I said, this exhaust, there's not a lot of information online about it, so that's why I figured this would be a valuable video. So it comes with the hardware, all the gaskets and bolts, and then yeah, we've got pipes wrapped up nicely here, the muffler. I'll take some better pictures. This is really interesting. It's a bit uneven. I'm not sure if that's how the stock one is. You can see this side is a lot shorter than this side, which is really interesting, but definitely I think bigger pipe than stock. Looks really chunky if you look at the size of it. So yeah, we'll see how this sounds. I want to test it with just this mid-pipe with the resonator with stock exhaust, and then I'm going to test it with everything, but we'll see how it sounds and why it's $480. It might be a steal or it might just be low quality, so we're going to find out. But so far everything looks pretty good. Alright guys, so I got the stock catback off. You can see here it's one long pipe, whereas the nice and new shiny catback from REV9 is multiple. You got a bolt here, you got a bolt here, whereas this one is just one long pipe. It's also resonated mid-pipe. There's no resonator here. That's going to help with drone a lot. And you can see it's lining up pretty nicely. I'm pretty optimistic that this is going to fit well. One thing to note is this hook goes in a different direction than this one, but it should be fine because it's just a little circle cutout that it's got to go into. Another thing to note, unfortunately, I cannot use the stock mufflers. I just wanted to test it for fun, but I can't because the orientation of this mount here, if you want to call it that, is side-side, right? But these are at a different angle, 45 degrees to the top bottom. So it's not going to fit this, this pipe here. You can see these exhausts are a lot more, but these mufflers are more low profile, a lot nicer obviously, and also pretty heavy, so they're not straight throughs. I think it's going to help muffle the sound. It shouldn't be nearly as loud as a regular Axleback, and the craftsmanship looks really good so far. So my one word of advice would be have WD-40. It helps get the hooks off the gaskets. Wasted a lot of time with that, and I also wasted a lot of time because these were rusted and the bolts were rusted, so it was taking a long time to get them off. A lot of arm grease, so you definitely want to have WD-40 with you. It's going to make it a lot easier. I'm going to have some pictures here, and then next step is just going to be an after video, hopefully, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. Alright guys, so the install is done. It took a good amount of time. I'd say you should allot about an hour and a half to 2 hours. Of course, this was not meant to be an installation video. It's more so a product review. So there are really good installation videos online for catbacks. This was not meant to be that. So you can see the exhaust is looking really nice. Looks really premium. I guess we'll see how it holds up. I do see some scarring here, some scuffing on the muffler already, so like a little dent there. So I'm not sure why that is, if that's just low build quality. I'm not even sure what did that, if it's dirt. But a couple things to note is there's 3 gaskets. The first one, the first connection where the mid-pipe is all the way up there, doesn't need a gasket, and then these back ones do. So there's 2 large gaskets and 2 small ones. There's actually 4 total, not 3. And then yeah, here's the mid pipe. That's a connection that doesn't need a gasket. And also the screws that they give you to connect the mid pipe don't work. That's really important to know. They don't fit. They don't fit the OEM pipe right there. So I just had to reuse the OEM, and I think it's doing all right. So yeah, aside from that, didn't run into too many issues. There is no instruction manual, so you're going to want to make sure that you lay out the pipes to get a feel for how it's supposed to look and how it's supposed to go in, and that's going to help you a lot, I think. But otherwise, everything seems all right. There is a bit of drone around 2000 RPM. That's something to note. I am going to see if some insulation is going to help with that drone, but the sound is really nice. It's very loud, and yeah, but there is some drone. So for the price, you would expect that though, because it is $400 something for a whole catback. So yeah, that's basically the review. Let's do a sound clip now. Here's the POV, driving with the REV9 exhaust. Right now, currently cold started. Try to give you guys a better view of the RPMs here. With the windows all windows closed. Let's roll down the windows a little bit. I got the windows open. So this goes. Wow. That was actually one of the nicest runs sound-wise that I've had, so that's really nice. Very convenient timing. A little bit. Gonna make a U-turn and come on back. You can hear around 2000 is where it really gets the loudest, but definitely tolerable. Definitely much better than a regular straight through axle back, which I've also had before. So let's see if I can get this. I like it. It's very mellow, not up in your face. The bass is probably the strongest thing, which obviously can't be captured on the video, so that's something to note. Has crazy bass. The car in general just has crazy bass with the exhaust. Very loud, especially on cold starts. the sound itself, very mellow. That's a wrap. Definitely could recommend at that price point, $480. I mean, definitely worth spending versus 800 something. I can definitely recommend.